All right, we are going to talk about this here. We got some news on a video that I just read. This is just a background here that I'm going to use for this. I'm going to put it up here in 1 second for you. But we do got some interesting stuff on here. And it's on the engines on carcomplaints.com. If you click on this, there's only 22 of them. It does show on here pretty severe, pretty bad. They call it 8.7 on ratings for the severity of this issue with it and what's going on. But again, pretty neat stuff that you can look at on here if you want to. Some interesting stuff. 128 technical or 126 technical service bulletins, 8 recalls, 4 crash tests, 152 complaints on carcomplaints.com. But what I want, this video I'm about to pop up for you, he says that there's a fix for this, and yet the comments say there's not. So I don't know who to believe here or what there. I can't find any information. I've been scouring the internet for hours trying to find anything to validate what he says in this video. I cannot find it. Like I said, we're just using this as a background. We're going to start that video here for you now, and we can see. But according to this technician, Toyota knows what the problem is and says it's not going to be a problem anymore. I don't know what to take of that. I don't know how to believe that. So let me just jump right into it for you.
We haven't seen any issues with the 23. We haven't seen any issues with the 24. And the good news is Toyota said whatever was causing the issue, they apparently fixed it.
All right, now we want to look at this. This is that same video, and we're at a screenshot of it, but the comments are what I want to look at here on this. So this guy, obviously, like I said, he looks like a Toyota tech. His video was very good. I enjoyed watching the video. He covered a lot of great things in here, but he did say in here that Toyota knows what it is and fixed it, and the good news is it's not an issue anymore. That kind of caught me off guard, so we dive in here, and we are going to take a look at some of the comments, because if you don't know, one thing about comment sections on YouTube, as a YouTube creator, I'm telling you, these people in the comments know what they're talking about. Okay, these people know it way more than we do. They gather the information. They scour forums. There's an intelligence level. I mean, there's a lot of stupid comments, and everybody gets. There's no doubt about that. We all deal with trolls and jerks and all kinds of things. It's just part of the game. There's way more of them than there should be, but there's so much good information in comment sections. So I dive into his comment section. It says right here, several 2024 models have had this issue. Toyota hasn't fixed the problem yet. This one here is the part that bothered me the most. When he said it, Toyota said the good news is Toyota fixed it, but Toyota hasn't told us anything about any fixes yet. So right here, we fixed it, but we won't tell you what the problem was. Trust us. I love that comment because that's the reality of it. If they did fix it, Toyota hasn't told anybody anything about it that I'm aware of. Okay, and then where's the other ones here that were grabbing my attention? Right here. Toyota Tundra forum has a spreadsheet of the V35 FTS, which is that new that motor that's in here. Okay, that's what it's called, the V35 FTS. Failure, and out of 76 reported cases, that's crazy. Okay, this truck has only been around for a little while, but 76 engine failures. And keep in mind that this is only a day-old video, so this is right here, okay? But 76 reported cases, 7 were 2023 models, 1 was a 2024. The rest are 2022s. Why does that matter? Because the 2022s are going to have more miles on them. Okay, a 2023 and a 2024 is not going to have that many miles. And notice how that averages out to equal out to that. I mean, obviously, out of 77 or 76 cases, 7 of them were 2023s and only 1 was a 24. Those are going to be low-mile vehicles compared to the 2022s. And it's and 3 of the 2022 had failure twice. That's because of this right here. Toyota's lack of putting in a crate motor. It's an absolute junk joke that they did not put in a crate motor. And actually, if we look at this guy right here, he Gage fixes everything. He's one that had he got a lemon law buyback on his Tundra because of this, and many people have. But he got a buyback on there, but he said the same thing. They will not give you a crate motor, but he says in this video, which I'm not going to go find that spot and play it again, copyright things, I'm not getting into all that. But he says in this video right here, somewhere in this video, he says that Toyota told him that he would not get a crate motor due to shortages. Okay, there's no such thing as shortages crate motors. They're pumping Tundras out of the factory like crazy. They could have took any one of those motors and put it into these vehicles that are failing. Okay, there's only 76 of them so far. Toyota's making a heck of a lot more Tundras than 76. So Toyota surely could have put a crate motor in him. That's just that's what my grandpa would say is peeing down your back and telling you it's raining. So they shafted, but they did buy the truck back from him under lemon law, and a lemon law attorney involved in it. It's a very good video. You can see here where it is, and you can go look at it and look it up on YouTube if you want to watch it. But you know, he said right there that Toyota told him he cannot have a crate engine because of shortages. That's the biggest joke I've heard in a long time, because they got tons of crate engines just sitting right there at the Toyota factory. So we go back to this one here. So let's go back in those comment sections here. So definitely something happening at the 2022 model. It says right here. Now I find this interesting here. Okay, and I'm taking this person at their word for it, but he said that the Toyota Tundra forum has this spreadsheet and this information, which means it's, you know, probably legit. It's a spreadsheet and a real info there. I did not go look, but it says also the majority of close to 50 of the cases, 76 total, 50 of them, so other than 26, so the huge majority had oil changes at 10,000 miles, which is not good. No, it's not, but that is what is recommended by Toyota. I've done videos on this. Many people have. Watch my video called 10K My A. Okay, same thing. We talk about this. The rest of them had 5,000 mile oil changes. Most of them, again, were 2022 models, but 50 of them, okay, that is 2/3 of these had oil changes at the 10,000 mile interval. Okay, and that's pretty bad. So what's the problem? We know it's the, you know, a lack of oil here, and we're burning out. The main bearing is burning out. Okay, this bearing behind his hand is completely burned up and gone. He'll move his finger here in a minute if I show you. Right there, you can see, look at it, it's burned up and done. So I find that very interesting, this part right here. It says also, which this is true, we talked about this just a couple days ago. There were 2 LS500s, 3 or 4 LS6 or LX600s. They also got done. Not heard anything on the 300 of the Sequoia yet. Blah blah blah. What's the comment say on this? This because the Sequoia's been singing. Hang on. Right here, and again, you got people jumping in on here. You know, it's because it's less than a 0.5% failure rate. Ridiculous. This is even news, and that's okay. People feel that way, and I get it. And it's right. It's not a huge percentage of the amount that are going down. But when you have 76 Toyota trucks with a new engine, 76 of them going down, it starts to freak people out. Plus, we have YouTube, we have the internet, we got a lot of stuff going on. But I think the reason most people on here are mad, okay, the people that are mad and that own these, and like this guy right here, you know, had they put a crate engine in his, you know, just hooked it up, crate engine, put a couple motor mounts on there, connected to the trans, plug in a few harnesses. Yes, I'm under exaggerating what's got to be done, but the motor itself is in tune and perfect and set. Had they put a crate motor in there, which could have been installed quickly and efficiently without any issues, and no worry about cleaning, no worry about debris getting in, no worry about not putting things back together like they're supposed to. Had they put that in here, he probably would have took that truck home and been happy as can be with it. Instead, Toyota had to buy it back from him. And instead, now we are talking about this stuff everywhere all over the internet. The reason we are talking about all of this stuff here is because Toyota is not fixing the problem correctly. They are putting in a short block, making techs do all of this. Let's take a look at this stuff. Let's just pan around through here real quick so we can see, okay, this stuff that is laying around in here. Okay, look at a floor in here. Here's the turbos. Okay, we got stuff laying everywhere. Parts underneath the cars, underneath the truck, parts laying there, parts laying on tables. Okay, I mean, look at all this stuff that is everywhere. You know, he's talking about the screens. He's talking about all this. You know, he's got all these parts laying here. Everything, I mean, this whole entire thing has to be put back together. And it has to be put back correctly. Is that going to happen? We don't know. And apparently, often it's not going back together because the techs that are putting them together, they're blowing up again afterwards. Okay, we have guys out there that have lost. The one guy's on his third motor, so that's the factor here. That's the real problem, is that Toyota isn't fixing it. And this guy even saying, well, Toyota has a fix for it. Well, if they do, we haven't heard it. And if there is a fix for this, Toyota should have been telling us what it is. I don't believe there is. And on top of that, like I said, you got enough of these going down in the fact that Toyota is not standing behind it, not putting a crate engine, and not doing anything about it, that becomes the big deterrent for people. This is Toyota. People have high hopes and high expectations for Toyota, and it seems Toyota is lacking on all of those. So, and there's some, like I said, there's some really good, you can see some of these people really dive in here too. I wonder if oil coming out of the filter to the main bearing gallery flows sequentially through bearings 1 to 4 or 4 to 1. Or are they fed in parallel from the front main bearing looks oil starved? It's interesting, like I said, the knowledge of people in the comment sections is outstanding. And they're all very well worth reading and seeing what people are talking about on here. Like I said, just kind of shocking here, but for him to say in this video that Toyota has a fix and that problem is no longer a problem, why can't somebody tell us what that is? Why can't Toyota tell us what that is? How come nobody's saying anything about it? How come we have all these people that own Tundras that are freaking out and worried about their vehicle? Why would they let them freak out? If there's a solution for this, why wouldn't Toyota say, hey, Tundra owners, I know you're freaking out by everything you're reading on the internet, but don't sweat. We solved it. We got it taken care of. Oh, and by the way, if you have a problem with your 2022, don't worry. We'll put a brand new crate motor in it. It'll be absolutely perfect for you. None of the stuff that's happened in the past is going to be an issue anymore. You can be proud of owning a Toyota. We're not hearing that. When we start hearing that, then we'll start having respect for Toyota again. Until then, this stuff, like I said, is getting out of hand. This is ridiculous, and this is unacceptable. And here we are stuck with it, and it's a total shame. And like I said, you have the actual people in comment sections doing a better job diagnosing what's going on and what the problems are with these things than anything else is. It's insane. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this little video.